Yo, what's up, y'all? So this live is going to actually gonna be one of my first live classes that I've not done in a very long time. So basically, as y'all see, the title is "How to Survive in 2022." So basically, I want to be showing you guys basically on my iPad the different ways and also talking you guys through this game of how to survive in 2022 when it comes to making money, maintaining discipline, and just more so on the money side, being financially stable. Now, first thing you want to do, because I'm gonna go straight right into it. So, as many of you guys know, I'm an e-commerce expert. I own several different brands online. Shopify developer. I build websites for people. I have several different skill sets. One of the thing a couple of the things that I learned in 2021 was, and especially in 2020 when the COVID pandemic started to hit, was how important it was to have a skill set. That was something that I think should have been instilled in several different people when the COVID pandemic hit. Having a skill set is what's gonna definitely set you apart from others. So whether or not you have a college degree or you have a certification, it doesn't really mean anything if you can't do anything or people can't utilize whatever your so-called skill set is. So what I learned just by living and being on my adult shit and adultness is that everybody needs some type of skill set on how to do something. While it's cool, while people have jobs, and first thing I'm going to talk about, inflation right now is through the roof. Inflation is actually up 6% in 2021. The reports came out in December that inflation's up 6%. With inflation being up 6%, if you're not at least making 7%, basically what that means is if you're with the cost of goods going up, such as milk, chicken, the cost of food, gas, everything is going up faster than most people can make money. I realized that early in last year, so that's why I really started developing my skill sets. But I bring that up to say that if you guys are not making at least 7% more than you did last year, you're losing money. So basically, I would look at your finances and basically how much you're being paid at your job, or however you're bringing in money. If you made that amount of money and you keep making that same amount of money in a year and you're not getting no raise or anything, you're steadily losing money. So if you made $6,000, if you make $6,000 every year and inflation is steady going up 6%, no, 100,000. Perfect example, we're going to use 100,000. If you guys, as a matter of fact, let's see. If you guys are making $100,000 in a year, and inflation is up 6%. So if you made $100,000 last year in 2021, with inflation being up 6%, that means that you lost $6,000. Now, the problem is that with you losing $6,000, you didn't necessarily spend $6,000, but the value of what that $100,000 is now $94,000. Now that's just a simple equation, but that's basically what inflation is. So each year, if you're not steadily increasing your income, and in our case, if you're not steadily increasing your income at least by 7%, and 7% is just being nice, you're steadily losing money. So when I found that out, let's see how they erase that. Once I found that out, that's when I realized that it's let's see this let's go. Oh no. Yeah. When I realized that, that led me to say, well, what are all the different ways that I can make money? How to make money. Now, with the COVID pandemic, a ton of people lost their jobs. A ton of people didn't have money saved up. They didn't have no money saved up. They didn't have no emergency fund. They didn't have no other stream of income when they lost their job. Hence is why the government was skimming out all those stimmies, and a lot of people were skimming the PPP loan. But while I was technically okay financially, I was kind of struggling. So I was trying to understand. It was like, well, who are all the people making money, and how are they making money? The majority of the people that were continuing to make money and not be unbothered during this really wild time in the world is the people who had a skill set. So that's when I realized, it's like, well, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I'm a licensed real estate agent. I can sell real estate. That's a skill set. I also noticed last year that I could build websites. That's a skill set that people need. So these are things that people need. And that's when I started to realize is that people, and no matter what's going on in the world, so whether we're going through a pandemic, whether we're going through a mass casualty, the people that are going to continue to be okay during harsh times are the people who have skill sets. So that's one of the major things that I want to let people know is if you have a skill set, you'll always be able to survive in whatever, no matter what's going on, whether it's COVID, having a skill set. And that's actually how I was able to make money last year and still be okay. Because for one, I have my real estate license. I'm licensed in real estate. And also, it's plenty of people who want to buy a house. Everybody's always going to want to buy a house. People buy houses every single day. And last year, I was fortunate enough to have several different clients who wanted to buy houses, and I was able to close those deals. But another thing is that I had that skill set of being able to build websites. So after the first year, and with COVID shutting people down in 2020 and making people stay at home, a lot of people did not have an online presence for their business. So when the government shut everybody down, everybody was out of luck. Why? Because they didn't have an online presence. Everybody was so stuck on thinking that brick and mortar is going to be here forever when that's not the case. And then now, 2 years later, now you guys seeing the metaverse around. Now you're seeing everybody has an online business. That was a niche that I seen that I had a skill set in. Because for one, I'm very, very interested in tech. Two, with me being very, very interested in tech, I know how to build websites from scratch. And I know how to code a little bit because I'm also going to college for cybersecurity. But I realized is that skill set of helping people build their online presence online and bringing that business aspect to their business online, a lot of people needed that. When a lot of people needed that, that's where I was able to swoop in, and I was able to charge a really good price. I was hitting people really good to build some websites. But a lot of people came to me because I had that skill set that people needed. So it didn't matter if, I lost my job. It didn't matter if, money was tight, certain things. I always had skill sets. And another thing, and if anything, and I understand that most people are not trying to, have a skill set or go to school for a skill set such as being a plumber, being a real estate agent, a life insurance agent, you a barber, or anything with their hands. But the one skill that I feel that everybody, especially a lot of young black men in America, should have is the skill to be able to sell. So while you might not be interested in anything, I think it's very essential for us to know how to sell, because if you can sell, you always be able to make money. One thing about being able to sell something to somebody, you're able to get those people interested, and you're able to close the deal. Closing the deal is one of the hardest things to do, and getting people to convert, let alone online, because I deal with the e-commerce space. So I'm out here, I actually deal, in the e-commerce space where I have to advertise, get people interested into my product that they can't even feel, and then also encourage them to pull out their debit card so that in the event that they actually buy the product. And those are serious steps that it's a skill set, It takes a while to master it. And I haven't even fully mastered that art yet, but I'm really good at it. That's actually, I made like a lot of money online last year. Like a good amount of money that I made last year a lot of my money that I made last year, aside from real estate, was online money. Just because, I just had the skill set of being able to work and accomplish things. But one of the things that people will allow people to survive in 2022 is having a skill set of selling. If you have the skill set of selling, you'll never go broke. I mean, even if you do run into some hard times, you'll be able to bounce back quickly, because if you can sell anything, you can go. And then the thing about selling is that you can sell to people anywhere. You can go post up at your local gas station. You can go post up at Walmart. You can go post up at the flea market. Matter of fact, here in Pensacola, you're able to go to the flea market and literally sell anything. And as long as you stay there, so the flea market is only open for 2 days throughout the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I guarantee if you stay there, and no matter what you're selling, and you've already mastered the art of selling, you're definitely going to make some money. You're definitely going to make your money back. You just have to understand and study that art of selling. But when it comes to actually learning these skill sets, such as selling or whatever you're trying to do, it takes a matter of discipline. Not only the discipline to actually learn the skill, but the actual discipline of learning how to budget your money, learning how to put certain money up, and learning how to go without things that you want. Like where a lot of people failed at, and where I've seen a lot of people fail at last year, was that a lot of people were spending money on things that they wanted versus things that they actually needed. And, and then a lot of people were in a mess up situation. In fact, to be real with you, it's probably plenty of people who were in a mess up situation when COVID started, and when 2021 came around, they still didn't learn their lesson. And then, of course, they got babied by the government in 2021 with all these stimulus checks, and people was frauding the PPP loan. But the reality is that if hard times really do come, these people are not going to be ready or prepared. The average person does not have 6 months worth of savings, and that's a problem. Let alone assets. I pride myself in, last year, in 2021, when COVID first hit, I wasn't in the best situation. While I had several different skill sets, I didn't have, I was able to build websites. I was able to sell real estate. I was able to make money online, but I wasn't physically or mentally prepared if something were to go left. So I didn't have 6 months worth of savings. I didn't have stocked up water. I didn't have Navy beans just sitting in my house just in case the worst of the worst happens. I didn't have. But what happened was, I went through the COVID-19 pandemic, and I was like, okay, well, next go round, I'll be prepared. So now, we in 2022, I got 6 months worth of savings. I also have assets I have assets. I have several different stock options. I have a savings account. I have an emergency fund. I have several investments in crypto, stocks, you name it. Very diverse. I'm also prepared for the worst nowadays. Even just when it comes to just simply being a man I've taken training classes. I do train daily by myself. Learning how to properly shoot. Last year I took the time out to learn how to properly shoot, even though I already knew how to shoot. But it's just the principle of actually learning a skill set. So no matter what you do, learning a skill set that people need, you'll always be able to survive out here in this world. And when it comes to the making money, that number one skill set, if y'all don't take anything from this live today, is when it comes to making money, no matter what you're going through, if you master the art of selling, the skill set of selling, you'll always be able to make money. You'll always be able to go anywhere in the world and be able to convince people to take interest in something and also close a deal and buy the product. But it's just a matter of practicing it over and over and over. And I've actually started to master it. Like today, all I did was I sent out 2 emails to people for the Alexander brand, and I already made my first sale this year doing nothing. Barely did anything. I already made my first sale. Actually, I made 2 sales today. And it's first of the year. And I literally just back opened up the shop. The shop has actually been closed for about a week. But it's just me actually taking the time out to master the skill set and to keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. But that's pretty much my TED Talk today on how to survive in 2022. I hope this live was very helpful to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to everybody who did tune in. I do appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody who listened to my podcast as well. Another thing I will say before I get off here is that make sure you guys are mentally prepared for 2022. Make sure you guys are not, smoking and drinking more than you're actually taking the time out to accomplish and achieve your actual goals that you say are your goals that you want to accomplish. So while it's cool, if you want to smoke and you want to drink, you want to be out of a sober mindset, it's cool if that's what you do. But just make sure it's not outweighing you actually accomplishing what you want to do, not what Billy want to do over there, not what Rob want to do over there, what you want to do. And also, don't give up on your dreams, and don't let nobody kill your dreams, too. Oftentimes, people will try to strong-arm you and try to ruin what you got going on. Try not to let that happen. If that happened to you last year, don't let it happen to you this year. Always be on point and always realize who you are as a person. But on my note, I hope you guys like this live. Like it, share it, y'all know what it is. Also, you guys want to support me, shop at alexanderbrand.com. We do have some very, very special products dropping next week, and I can't wait for you guys to see them. And also, of course, if anybody needs any real estate services of any sort, I can help you. So feel free to DM me, reach out to me however you can, and I'll get you situated. But on that note, I'm out.